Alright, so I've installed the express validator that we want to use validate. Okay. Alright, so yeah, this is express validator. I just go to npm to install it. Obviously, I've pushed this code, so you pull, you can just run npm install. So what we want to do now is we want to add to our routes. So just like we did when we discussed middleware, where we created our own kind of little validation. So we're going to do the same thing here. So we're using this express validator to achieve that. So it consts so I require to confirm what particular which of the functions do I need to require. Alright, check schema. And so we use this. So let's just come to create user. Oh no, this is not what I need. I need in the routes. That's how we're using it. Our route.js file. Yeah, so these are our validates that we created that time. I'll remove it now. Yeah, so they will have them. So just like I've said, it's just coming as a middleware. So under the posts, yeah, then call our check schema. So the check schema will take options. So first of all, we know we're dealing with name, right? We also have track. Yep. And we also have age. So those are the properties that we need for creation. So I think one of the things, one of the options I believe we can set in this thing you can do is string, I believe. True. So basically the name, I'm saying the name should be a string value. What else do I want to validate for the name? So it must be a string value. Is there any other thing I would like to do for that? I'll skip. So I'll do the same thing for here. A string. True. Now let me check if I want to believe there is required. I'm not sure if required is what is used, but let's just try it out. So basically, when you are creating, I expect this to be available. Right, so we kind of defined our schema. I need to confirm some of these options I've set. I'd like to see if those are the available options. But those are their available validators. Right, so we have they have optional. I'm not sure if we can replace optional with required. So what we'll do is I'll comment out the required, hoping that by default it requires. We'll test it out. Okay. Options in strict mode. Right. I think we can work what we have now. Yeah, if there are any other if there are other validator we need to add, figure it out. So now let's run this and test it out. So the app starting. It's starting very slowly. This must be the result of is connected. Let's go ahead and make queries. See if our validation works. Yeah, to create a user. Oh yeah, like we did earlier. Oh, right. So we're going to send. Okay, apparently the thing is going through. So I need to why the check schema is not working. So temporarily I'll change the check schema to use their chaining options. So instead of using check schema temporarily, let's use what they call chains. Let's see if there will be any difference. I believe one of their chain is body, and since it's body, we are trying to validate. Let's use that. Body. Yep. Then I chain it with. Okay, yeah. For the first one, we have the name. Yep. And chain it with not empty. And I change it is string. Yep. Then let me see if they have the is required. Right, so then is required. Let me try required. Okay, that doesn't exist as well. Right. So then another body we're expecting is the age. It's pretty much the same thing as it does, not MC. And this one will be is numeric. Yeah, the last one is the last one we have is our track. Alright. I'll test it out now. Go back to Postman, test it out. Oh yeah, there's one more thing I forgot. The validation results. So I'm going to write a another like middleware. All right. Let me quickly just explain what I've done here. So I've okay. The second results. Result is equals to validation results request. Right. So to explain what is happening here, basically, we know that okay for our DB we're expecting name, age, track. So we just simply are validating to ensure that once request comes in, at least these three for name is not empty and it must be a string value. For age, it's not empty either and it must be numeric. And track as well is not empty and must be string value. Yeah, and so when you're using this their chaining system, that is this express validator chaining system, they have these other function, the validation results, that basically gives you the result of the validation. So if there are errors, yeah, it will give you the errors that are provided. So now this if statement is checking, okay, if this result is empty, basically there are no validation errors, then I'll just return next so that we can go ahead and perform the necessary answers. Alright, so now let's test this out. Wait, oh, wait, are you seeing my screen? Just realized,
Yes,
was
I
I
can see
sharing
your
that?
screen.
Oh, okay. Let me go into Postman and let's try it out this time. So I will remove age from here. Let's make the requests. Let's see if it works. Okay, let's see if it wants to go through. Alright, yeah, that's true. And okay, yeah. Sorry, one more thing. Let me quickly fix that. Yeah. So I'll show you what I did now. I forgot to undo it if there's an error. So let us restart. We'll try again one more time. Alright, so we have this error coming in. Yeah, so definitely we can fix this error the way it's displayed, but basically the type is just telling us where the error is coming from, as it's telling us is a field error from what is being passed in. The message is telling us type of error. We have an invalid value and it's talking about our age, which we defined. Obviously, location is the body. So it's telling us that the age that we're defining obviously is not valid. So let's replace age here. So let's leave it as a string now. Oh, okay, yeah, this is not going to work. Oh, yeah, JavaScript doing JavaScript things. It has already casted it for us to number. But we get the point. Let me take out the name as well. Then also take out the age. So there are other validation packages that you can look out like Joy. Though compared to how this what is name handles the validation. So yeah, the name and the age as well. So those two things. So something like Joy, you can use Joy. So Joy helps you to write schema, a proper validation schema, which I was trying to do earlier. And with that schema, you can use it to, though you obviously you still have to do some other setup compared to what we did here in VS Code. So compared to what we did in VS Code, where all we just did was just change some of the options they've given to us, and we are good to go. So something like a joy. Okay, let's just instead of me just let's go into their. So yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. So you can just define your schema like this. Almost similar, if you use something like Yelp for front ends. So you define your schema like this. Uh, call the joy, then you call the different methods that joy have. So you have objects, you have string. Yeah, you can define required on it like that. Then you just call your dot validate. You pass in the value and uh, yeah, you just call validate on whatever schema you've defined. This is the schema that was defined. You call your dot validate on it. Then
Sorry,
you
why
pass
don't
in.
we just make use of this joy instead of express validator? What?
Yeah, I just wanted to okay. Let's use joy.
And besides, they are the same. Both they are validators, both express validator and joy, right?
Yes, yes.
I think joy is much better.
Yeah, well, anything that your preference. Okay, let's use joy. So let me go and install joy. Let me go into GitHub.
Sorry, I want to ask you. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah. No
Regarding the final grand finale, that's according to the timetable. So it's just in 10 days. Is the program coming to an end in 10 days? Huh?
Yes, that is the plan. We- Yes, yes, that is the plan.
Okay. Well, that by that 10. Are we going to be able to cover everything that we need to cover in this few days more? That's what I'm trying
Yeah,
to
so
say.
the outline we drew, yes, the outline we are not necessarily doing. So like I said in the message that I sent earlier that currently what we have left to do now is just um what is it called, authentication, and we are done. So the outline is not broad like that. Not re- it not really have much to do because of the time. The time is very small for us to do
If
much.
it is like 3 month or 4 months boot camp, it should be
Yeah,
very
so we have to
interesting.
just compress things to summarize. But at least what we've done so far is supposed to put people on the idea. I mean, at least just introduce people on the idea of what they need to be doing. That schema. Yes. Right. So now we have name. So I have what's the name? Age, I think. So yeah, probably can use this joy.ref for your passwords. But I believe final projects will require you to do something related to user authentication, which is why I want us to really touch authentication before I say goodbyes. Track. Right. So by using name, obviously our name is we do not really want to bother much with all this. Definitely this is required. It's a string and is required, and this is going to be a number. Yeah, we're not doing rejects on this. Required. Spell then track. Yeah, but it's not going to be an email. It's required as well. All right. Have we covered everything? Okay, yes. So all this, let's export the schema, then comment our routes. Yep. All right, so let me confirm how Joy returns its results. All right, so that we can properly.
I can't see your postman. You should share the postman.
Oh, okay. No, hold on. I'm actually in Docs. I want to see how they return the results so I can use that.
Yeah, I think there's still a function you have to create actually.
Yeah. I think what is left is just for me to call the validate on it, but I want to see how it returns the error so I can use that to display error in the results in our API response. But you know what? Let me just go ahead and call our try on it. Let's just call it try catch and we'll just console the errors for now. So just like we did here, let's take out these guys. So make this an async first of all. So try have our schema, yes. So schema that validates. passing. Let me make my naming conventions more quality. Passing the user. Let me spread this. So I'm supposed to try an error here, but before we do that, yeah, let's go ahead and try this schema validates. Alright, so let's go into Postman now. Okay, so I've taken out both age and so I'm going to go back into, since I'm not returning anything, uh, yep. So I'm going to bring us back into this thing, into VS Codes. From there, you can now see how to, yeah, make this thing. So yeah, this error we get. So I'm going to throw this. So I'm going to throw an error when, obviously, okay, it says name is required. So I'm getting this array, this validation error. It tells me name is required and it's pointing me to the details of the name. So what I can do is I'll check. So I'll do a check if value, let's say return, yeah. So if I do that, let me say uh, error, right. Let me just try one more thing. value the details. So let me just go into your docs to see if they have an error handler suggestion. Okay, yep, errors. So join throws or returns the validation error objects. So it returns the validation error objects. I have the details. So I'm trying to access this details property, which is what I want to use to display the message and the paths. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm actually catching the error there. I believe this is where the error is coming from.
Maybe you should also access the message directly. That would just be value dot message. So it will pass the message of what is missing.
Yeah, so the issue is I was trying to find out if these guys were throwing the error, that is from this value, if they were going to throw the error. So I wanted to be sure this catch is one that is handling that error. So you get. So for me to now log out, which for me to now be able to know where to actually handle the error properly. Because if they are going to throw the error from this validator sync, if they are throwing it, then that means this my catch is where I'm supposed to handle the error properly. You get.
Okay.
So that's what I want to verify. Okay, yeah. So this is where so yeah, they are throwing the error. So no need for me to bother with this guy. So I'm going to return. Yeah. So now we know that this is where the error is coming from. So now if there's an error, what we want to do is just like I'm defining here. So I'll take this from here, define it here. Is a let. Okay, that's fine. JavaScript allows that. One of the bad sides of JavaScript. Let me allow them. So our validation error returns details. So we are going to map actually through the details, or rather still we do a for each dots for each. So for each error, I think let me confirm that in their docs again. So we have the details and you have the message, right? So each details we say um, error body, error body. e dot message. Sorry, not message. I think it's parts. I want to use yes parts. And let me use the context dot key. All right, is equals to e dot message. Yep, this is what we need. So yeah, I'll return rest dot status of 400 projection. And I'll say message bad user inputs status code 400 error. Right. Alright, so now let's go into Postman. We've covered that case properly. So here in Postman now, if we run these requests, so it says name is required. Okay, now this joy now, I need to figure out why it's not including our, or didn't I make age required as well? Let me quickly check if I made age required. Age. Okay, so let's go over to docs. But we get the idea, right? We get the idea. We see that we're able to handle. So obviously, once one of our required. Okay, let me just input name. I'll see if it's actually validating age. Probably it's just being is handling its validation sequentially. Yes. Okay, yeah. So it handles the age after. So which is not what I wanted to do. So let's go into docs. But we get the idea. So now we are validating our request. Obviously, we can go ahead and pick up from this. I think my preferred option when it comes to validation is this package called Z. Well, that's because I use TypeScript, so that is always going to be my preferred option. Though I think Joy also supports the use of TypeScript, but yeah, I think the Z or Zod rather. Yep, I think Zod for me works better. But yeah, let's go and see inside Joy whether there's a way to ensure all errors, all values are validated. It shouldn't just validate one. Probably is the way we're calling the validate schema. And with that, we can just end the class because we covered validation, which is kind of like the focus. And tomorrow we will now talk on setup with JWT authentication. So yeah, let's just look at the docs briefly. But do you have any suggestion? I
Yeah, actually, I've regarding this joy, I've used it on before. I've watched
Okay.
a tutorial about it. You can the joy it has several functions like what's it called? Um, to check if is required, if the mean, the maximum, and all that. That's what I've used about the joy, the minimum and maximum.
So okay, you've not used it like what we want to do now to confirm for it to just validate our whole objects rather than just validating one by one.
Okay, to validate all at once.
Yes, several
I
strings.
think the one I used, I validated for each of the this of the value. Like maybe
Oh,
now
okay.
for in the schema, maybe for a particular field, maybe for name, maybe the type should be a string. It should have a minimum, and for password, maybe it should have a minimum of so
Yeah.
value, and that's what I've done with it.
Okay.
And if there is an error, to return the error.
Okay. So I think if check whether or not the provider agreement is just oh no, that's not what I want. So what I'm thinking of now is let me see. I will probably rewrite the code again, but the only thing is just that since let me see. Okay, yeah, I don't think I can get what I'm looking for here. I have the to compare will be the option. Alright, so what I'm considering now is I'm going to try and okay, yeah, wait, hold on. Okay, this is just return type. Return around the where key is a plain join schema type. Yeah, okay, get okay, yeah, that's not what I need. That's not what I need. So what I'll do is in the code base, let's see if we can do it now. Let's see if yeah, but the way their docs present it appears like they're supposed to return an array of all schema properties that fails. And I'm just returning the first one that fails. I don't like this. I don't like this. I used it because I thought I saw someone using it and it worked. So honestly, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to figure out in my head how I'm going to use this. There are two things that I'm thinking of. I validate each of the objects one by one. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, I think that's what I can do. So instead of using this their object or schema, well, I can use the object the schema, but let me see what approach I want to take for this. So okay, this one I'm considering. I do something like okay, no, not there. Let's do in the try block. So yeah, so we have our request to body, right? We define a schema. Let's say we define our joy schema. Uh, yeah, which we have the schema. So we can do a schema dot. I want to believe they have a dot objects or something like that. Okay, I need to look. I need the schema objects. That's what I need. Okay, schema dots. Right. Let me check their dots. Confirm if I can find what I have in mind. Schema dots. Alternatives to all. List of errors. Okay, you know what? Uh, let's just end class here. Point is, what we have currently works. I'll push this code. What we have currently works. Just that I wish, um, though technically, like I've said, it does the work. If somebody is to make a request to our API now without the name and the age, it will report the name first. Once they make the correction, can go ahead and also it will also return that error for the age, and they will have to correct that as well. But I really wanted to see how I can, um, from the schema that I've defined, select each one, um, throw an error for each of the properties in the schema. Yeah, throw an error for
You
each
know what?
property.
Let me show you. I think I should be able to share my screen, right?
Oh yes, yes, share.
Let me just snap something and show you. Um, what do I use? Trying to. Can you see anything?
It's let me stop
Can you see
sharing
it?
a bit. No, not
Can you
yet.
see it? Okay. Go on.
Okay, yes, I'm seeing it now.
You can see it, right? This is it.
Yes.
So you try now.
So yeah, this. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, Ivy, can you hear me? Hello.